All right, let's take a look at how we can run birthday reports in the unit offices. So we're going to go into the reporting tab over here on the left, and then on reporting you're going to choose data viewer. Right, this is the place where we can create all of our custom reports, and it can filter through the database and extract just the information we need. So I'm going to go right here and click on new, and it's a student report, so I'm going to press OK, and then up here I'm going to type birthdays, and I'm going to go over here to the right, and I'm going to say get rid of the active today field, and what I need to do now is I need to find the birth record. So the easiest way I found to do that is just to type birth in here, where it'll search through all of these fields and find all the locations where birth is even mentioned. I found it under demographics and then birth date. So then I will just drag that over to here, and then I have the birth date. Now, if you saw my previous video about how to run F reports or custom reports, you can put any other columns in here. So we could drag and drop in, their first period and then the name of the teacher, and then that way you would know which hour to distribute or where to distribute birthday notices or candy during specific periods. So let me walk you through that really quickly. So if I clear out birth, and I go into grades, so if I go down to grading, grading detail, I can go into here and say period. Let me look forward here. Period sequence, and then I can say the teacher display, which really means the teacher to display, and I can see here for each one of these students what period they have certain teachers. Now this is going to be a much longer list with real data. This is through a fictitious database, but you get the idea. The next thing I need to do now that I have the last name, the first name, all the birth dates, all of the periods, and the teacher names, is I need to filter down. So I'm going to add a new filter up here, and I'm going to first, since we're in unit office, just look for specific names within a range. So I will say that the last name needs to be between and I will say between A and D right there. So that will give me just that specific range. So you can see now the last names have narrowed down. And then I will also say in here, that's also while we're filtering, let's filter for birthdays that fall. You can see the options. Birthday is tomorrow, it's yesterday, the birthday is today. That might be the easiest if you're trying to deliver them the same day, or you could even do a range, just like the between operator for last name. You could say it's between January 1st and January 31st. I will just go in here and say is today. Now with this fake data, you're not going to see any records show up here because none of them have a birthday today. But I believe the birthday field, now that I'm thinking back, it's only going to show no, that doesn't make sense. Let me scratch that idea, because it's not going to be, today's not going to be the day they're born, right? So let's actually say between, because the reason we can't say today is because it's also going to include the year. So I will make this to where the date is between and I have to put it in the same format, 01 through 2006 through maybe 31 2006. So search for all of the birthdays that fall between this specific range, and it didn't find any because this database may not have any students that fall in the range. So let me just see if I can populate a list here. Okay, there we go. So I put in a search for any birthdays that are between October 1st and October 31st, and then all those birthdays do show up. So we we could continue to add rules. So if we know all of the graduation years, which we do, we could go through and just continue to add filters. Show me, all those from the that were born in 07, 08, and 09, and it'll bring up all of those birthdays. So that would be the process for putting together a pretty simple birthday list. Don't make the mistake that I did earlier in the video, and that is assume that you can use today because these kiddos were born 14 through 18 years ago. So because the year is automatically attached to the record, I can't use the today or tomorrow option. But I can go through and say a specific range, since we will know birth years. Okay, that's it for the process of creating birthday reports.